Hello, greetings, welcome back to Banished, the year 39 it is already, boy, time is flying fast, pretty sure. And yeah, we are now going for something else. We are now focusing on the city building once again, since the surviving aspect from last episode is a bit over now, so we have enough resources. And yep, the first thing that I would like to have is over here where we started as well, is having our cemetery, so that we have, well, finally enough graves for our big town, and then a church, a massive church, and after that some industry perhaps. Let's have a look. First of all, I do need another cemetery. We're going with a big one, so let's just see how big we can make it. I think, yep, it's too large, so we can have several of them. It's a nice location there, by the way, beside the river, right? And then we have another one perhaps here in this area. And yes, it's going to be a massive cemetery. It's this one here, a village cemetery, and it costs 90 stone in general for construction. That's a lot. We don't have that many builders even. We have 2 builders that can work on that. And I think it's looking very romantic out here. Let's also get rid of the resources that we have here, right? So that we don't want to have any trees or something like that blocking the way then to our cemetery. And oh, there's also, yeah, we need to chop it down, all of it, and then we can get rid of the cemetery there. But 2 builders, that's probably going to take a while. Another thing that I can do here is I would really like to finish this block now, so let's just have the, I think, wait a second, we do need another, yep, half house that we can squeeze in like that, and then I can have another roundhouse here. And I'm pretty sure that we're out of stone now by the end of this construction, but it's fine, we don't need that much stone afterwards then anymore. Let's have this one here, oh please, yes, very good, and then we can finish it. Perfect. I might actually have made, no, we don't need a tunnel house there, right? Or do we? I might just squeeze in a tunnel house there. I think we might make this one work, and then we have it symmetrical too. There's the tunnel house, and yes, very good. Perfect. Costs the same amount of stone as the normal houses. Why is that? It has a hole in the middle. I just love when a construction comes together like here so quickly. I've reassigned a few more people now, so we have 7, oh, actually 8 builders now working on that, since also a lot of them grew up. Very good. And as we can see, moving in here, I'm also going to remove those 2 buildings here. Why is that? Because it's just not looking good, right? They look different. And oh, by the way, we also have these tiny houses there. You know what? Let's also get rid of them. I think I will have 10 homeless. That's impossible. There can't be 10 people living in this one. Alright, but it should not matter because we are finishing 2 more houses here then as well. And then we'll just see how many more homeless we have. 3 homeless, and after that one here, I'm pretty sure that everybody has its home again. And this must be a move up, right? From a tiny shack to a colonial tunnel house. Let's also have a street then to that side. Oh, this is going to look great just beside the harbor area. Look at that. That's really looking cool there. We can also have a road through the house there through the block. Very good. No more homeless people. And we finished our first block of colonial houses there. Boy, that is expensive. Every single one of these tiles costs 50 stone. Seriously, there's no way I can get that much stone again. Oh, there is, with the mining section then. We'll see about that later. This cemetery, it's like a huge monument. 8 workers or 8 builders, and it's still taking a lot of time. Especially the whole chopping down. Right, and then it requires 90 stone. We don't even have that much stone as far as I can see right now. What a beautiful town, right? And every single one of these little ants has his own life and doing his job, hopefully getting enough to eat. Our market is doing a good job there too, only 28% full, so there's plenty of, you know, limits or plenty of resources left that we can store in there. And I will probably add a second vendor to the central market, so that because there's a high demand now for goods, right? Lots of people are purchasing at the market, and we should get another vendor in here to do the job, to get resources from around the area, right? So everywhere here we can get the resources too. And since we have so many bricks, I would also like to continue with going with my red brick roads, so we can have more of them everywhere here basically, and definitely also through that courtyard, and then also on this side there, painting everything in some beautiful brick roads. I think they're also pretty efficient then, right? So people can travel faster on them. Definitely here in the center, where we're going to have some beautiful buildings soon. And also here. It feels good again to be able to focus on some village building and not on surviving with food. There we have that all the way then to that bridge. And here as well. Very important. It's also for the first time in year 40 that we harvest some oak trees here. So very good. Another source of food has opened up with that. I hope that one farmer will be enough for this. I mean, he's basically got the whole season, right? Spring. He's harvesting in spring. Or wait a second, no, I think it's different. Yes, it's growing at the moment, but it's for the first time growing and harvest hasn't started yet. We probably will add a second one to this orchard there because I really want this to be as efficient as possible. Having 2 of that, very good. And yeah, we're close to 10,000 once again, so as long as we stay around this area, it should be fine. And with this whole area now being also cultivated, we get a lot more children coming in again. So this is growing. We need to be careful there as always. And the village is also coming along splendidly. Still 12 more stone is needed, and we don't have that much stone anymore. I would still like to get for another source of stone. Oh, here we have plenty of stone. Yes, it's just a long distance over there. And a new trader. What do you have? A barbecue meal, roses, silkworms, nothing that I would need. Really, we could get some coffee there, but seriously, I would rather get it myself than just get it temporarily. You never know when these traders come again with some of these resources, so I don't think there's much of a need in trading them other than seeds and some emergency trade if that's required. Very good, we have all the stone now here as well. This is coming along. Boy, there will be lots of dead people, and sometimes when we have a flood, you know, just naturally people will be, you know, washed away and we have more space again. That's the whole idea behind it. And it is finished. We have a cemetery, and look at that. We have 220 graves available for this. So basically the whole town could die right away and get stuff into my cemetery that we have now in this area. Of course, the cemetery is also receiving some special treatment in the form of some brick roads. The brick roads we also have there. So I hope that we can now remove those cemeteries here. The graves will probably move over to the other side, or storage is remaining. Alright, I think they have to carry the graves. They actually will do this, right? Oh no, look at that. The graves are now just out there. Can we build something on it? No, unfortunately not. So what's going on here? I think we are going to need to wait for these graves to disappear somehow. Alrighty, while our cemetery is growing and we're still also finishing some of those roads here, as we can see we also got the first 6 graves in here. I would like to start with a bit of a mining industry, something that we're quite late to, I know, but I think it's a good moment now. First of all, I do have the mine here to get iron and coal out. This is a rather small building. I think we should start small. We cannot remove this one once we have placed it, right? So having it, close here to the mountain, is fine actually. I think we can place it here, and I might actually place a second one as well, so we can have 2 mines then. This is not the big mine yet, keep in mind. This is the big mine. The big mine, it's going to be a bit difficult. We might actually squeeze it in here if we want to, and I think now let's wait for that just a second, because I would also like to get a quarry out there so that we have a small one, and I think we would also have a big one somewhere. Oh, it's a precious mine and a small quarry actually. That's something. It's not that small after all, and I would like to build this one too. I have no idea what it really does, right, because there's a radius around it, which I think is a bit strange. And only with few maximum workers, upgrade version allows the ground to be reclaimed when removed, and it's there to extract resources. And yes, I've built also a big mine here, so we got some smaller mines here and a big mine, so that's for iron and coal, and there we have the small quarry then that is producing hopefully stone for us. Who knows about that really. And that's the 2 things that we have there, the 3 or 4 things that we have here. Copper would be another idea. So copper, I'm going to reserve this mountain here, that we can have then some copper mines along as well. This whole area I'm going to reserve for more farming that we need down the road, right? We are still going to need lots of fields as we continue to grow, so I don't want to waste any space over there. And this one is more or less the mining area then. It makes sense because we have the mountains here. We're pretty close then to the end of the map. So having the mountains there makes sense to me. Now that we got the first miner, or the first mine up, and we can then choose if we want to have iron or coal coming out of this one. And I think we might start with iron, since we do need iron all the time for our blacksmiths. So using the first one here. Oh, is there actually space for 15 miners in there? Do I need to build the big mine then? I mean, 50 miners sounds like a lot, right? We have one for iron and one for coal. And this one here, I might actually just stop now. Yep. I would like to see what happens there with this one. For these little shacks that we have there, because it's nothing else than that. And here we can say now, coal. Get me some coal. We don't have coal yet. And I will also need a road, of course, just beside it. And then all the way, yep, connecting to this road there. 5 builders we have, and then I can also assign the first people to that. And the quarry is also coming along just fine. Harvest season once again, and as we can see, we are actually full on food once again. We have reached the limit. I will once again have to raise the limit there, let's say 13,000, so I'm not wasting any harvest now. But yeah, we certainly should not worry about food anymore, since it's growing so quickly that we don't even need to harvest anymore. Also, the orchard here, as we can see, is being harvested quite quickly too. We get acorn out of that, so I guess we can roast it. And we have now 2 fully staffed pastures there as well. 12 cows here. So that's a lot of food coming in, obviously. 12,000, 13,000, and once again we have reached the limit. Yeah, I'm not going higher than that. And let's see what the trader has brought us. Nothing useful. Some alcohol there, but we can make it ourselves soon. There's no seeds coming in, right? Ever since the squash, that's it. There hasn't been a single seed trader since then. Alright, winter is coming, and the quarry actually requires 50 lumber, which is good because we are stuffed on lumber anyway. And I hope that with the coal mine we do get, you know, well, some addition to the firewood and steel tools. I would really love to see some steel tools, because with the coal, we have charcoal, and we have furnace fuel coal. But both of them are not the coal that the blacksmiths need for the steel tools, right? That's an entirely different coal type. And that is something that hopefully we get out of the pure coal that we get out of the mine there. And for this area, since we are going to start producing some serious coal, iron and stone here, I would also like to have a stockpile area for this one, right? So in this area that we have a bit of industry, it doesn't need to be a big stockpile. It just needs to be something that we can, that we have some area. I think we might actually just make it in here, or we use this area there for some stockpiling along the road, or here for the mine. Yeah, let's have it here. Another nice little smaller stockpile area for the coal and the iron then that we get out there, and the stone, so that also the workers from here don't have to travel so far, right? So they only have to travel down here to the stockpile then. Let's just see the stone quarry. Oh, that's really taking a long time there. And once we finish with all the building, I would then like to assign a few of these miners to it. At the moment, I still require the builders. I mean, 15 really. That is a lot. So we could have 30 people working in those 2 shafts there. Must be going really deep. And I realized this one here we cannot remove anymore, right? So we do have a hole here that we're digging, and it's getting deeper and deeper, and we cannot, get rid of that anymore. Now this one is finished, very good. Oh, it's actually the carvers that we already had, right? For this one there, for the clay pit. It's the same type of workers that we can use now here, and as we can see, we can now produce stone with that. Let's just see, let's reduce the amount of builders to 3. Stone is more important right now because we do need it for some buildings soon. So I'm going to assign a few more people to the stone cutter. Right, so we have 7 people on that. And for the clay pit, I'm going to remove it, or I'm going to reduce it to only 3 stone carvers here. And one of them is, well, actually there's no one working in there right now. Yeah, we just need more people. But that's the stone. We have another trader once again, and once again, no seeds. This time we do have some archaeological artifacts, I guess. And yeah, we don't have a museum yet. Dismissing them is very important, so the next trader comes in quickly. And look at that. Holy moly. lots of people chopping down this stone right away. And hopefully delivering it to the stockpile then. Alrighty, and we do have some people available again. I will actually turn off the iron miner for now and all of them go for the coal, because I really want to see if we can get some steel tools then out of this, if I have some real coal then lying around, right? And as we can see, minerals and ore limit is 300. That can't be. Let's just have a look where we have our coal. Oh, we have 550. Let's raise this one since we have the stockpile, right? Let's raise this to 2000. And the same goes with the iron limit. We're going to raise this to another 2000. That should be fine. That we have then everything here. Oh, and a trader. Oh, they're coming in really quickly now. Unfortunately, no. Oh, fancy homewares. Yes. I would like to get them. Let's get 8 of them. We can afford it. We have some 3000 flowers, so I can just use this exact amount of flowers as the value is. Perfect. Oh, feathers, we also have lots of them. And yeah, the fancy homewares we can use for some really cool buildings. Let's trade this one in, and that's basically it. Nothing else that I would need here. Off you go. Now let me see the coal. And yes, it is working. We got the real coal in the logs and the iron. As we can see, we're now producing hardened tools finally. So this is a much more efficient type of tool. It is also more durable. Both of my blacksmiths are now working on the hardened tools. We're not producing that many anymore as the normal tools, but I think since they offer more durability, it should be fine in the long run. Right, this one where you can also put to work again, and we got another 4, so let's just assign another 4 people to the mining business. So both of them are now fully staffed. I've actually reduced the amount of, maximum amount of miners here to 4 for each, and we can raise this now to up to 15, up to 20 even if we want to. So that's almost overpowered, I should say, but it's also realistic, right? Since mine can be quite deep and long. Overall, the stone, yes, very good. We get lots of stone, so that means we can now, I think, yeah, also build lots of these buildings here then, since we have basically endless stone now. With the church, I'm still waiting for the remaining graves here in the background to disappear, and then we can build a big church here. The cemetery, 27 graves. I don't even realize that we lose so many people all the time. There's no message about it, and I just have to check them if someone dies in a profession that is needed. But if we have an available laborer, I just figured this out, they just automatically replace the dead ones then as well. So this is something. As we can see, there's just a laborer vanished, and I'm pretty sure he's not dead, but he just took someone else's profession then. Let's actually do this as well for this single guy here to another forester. Perfect. Let's also continue building a few more houses. We still have those houses there that we might keep them there. Here as well, the same thing. But here we could have some other houses then that we can now build, right? For example, we do have now the luxurious homewares, so 8 of them. That means we can basically build 4 of these colonial homesteads that just look fantastic, I think. And oh yeah, also the colonial house, this one there, right? So we could now add a few of them. So placing in 2 here, we are going to leave a bit of space so those people get still some daylight. Well, otherwise it's getting a bit dark for those guys here, and that's fine. So 2 of them with the fancy homewares that we can have now. Perfect. I would also like to, use something for this area, right? So we are going to leave it open for now, because I think we're going to see some nice building here, some representative building. I just really would like to finish a few of those homes there. There we have those normal wooden homes that we have had for quite some time now. And yeah, we can use a few more here if we want to, right? It's only wooden houses, but it's fine, I think, because it's a bit more to the outside of the town, right? And the further we go to the inside, I would like to have more sophisticated buildings then as well along the road. There we can have a few more if we want to, or actually the captain houses, something like that, not consuming too much, oh please, not too much stone. We also have the Gilman house. That's a pretty big one. Or these family townhouses, they look fantastic too. They actually have a little niche there as well, where I guess you can have something. So let's build 3 of them in this row there, right? So that's 5 more houses coming up. I hope we can, or I'm pretty sure we can support that here in the center we have then the street going through, and it's going to be bricks only from now on. I'm going to remove the tree and the flowers there, but we're going to plant new trees. As we can see here with the courtyard, I can plant trees if I want to. They also change with the season. That's a nice detail there. Oh, wait a second. It's actually 7 houses coming up now. Oh yeah, but we have so much food. I'm pretty sure we can handle this one, right? There's the next one coming up. And let's assign 2 builders for the job. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And also look at what happened here. Garnesto, the company merchant, he's got lots of seeds with him. Cucumber seeds, ginger seeds, watermelon seeds, the sweet potatoes. I would actually like to go with the sweet potatoes, to be honest. 2,500, we can afford that. We have the amount of flowers for that. So 1 trade finished, and we might actually, yep, we can afford another seed if we want. The ginger, watermelon, oh, watermelon sounds juicy. The cucumber, oh yeah, let's go with cucumber. That's good for a nice diet there. And 3,000, oh boy, 1,000 feathers, 500 flowers, and 1,000 lumber. Oh, whoa, that's a lot. Lumber is value 4, so we don't need that much actually. 500 should be fine then too. 3,500. Let's reduce the amount of feathers then. Or actually the lumber. Fine, and thank you. We got 2 more seeds coming in. That is amazing. That adds a bit of variety now to my fields, right? So after this season, we're going to stop using squash on all 3 of them and changing that to cucumber. It's also nice for more fields that we can have then soon, that I would like. And yep, look at my town. There we got the new buildings. Oh, they look fantastic. I'm absolutely loving the style of this one. Really beautiful. Of course, we're going to add more buildings than here as well, right? And they shouldn't consume that much firewood anymore. We could also upgrade it to a surgeon. Medical care for 22 sick people. That's interesting. Let's make this one here a surgeon, right? So this one here is going to be a doctor. It makes also sense to have him here because it's central and close to the market. And on the other hand, we also got now some new homes coming up here. So those family to this one here. And he's now going to use, I think, herbs and medicine that we have stored to treat patients if they have something like, for example, hopefully a Bob the Stone Crusher is not dying anymore from getting hit by a stone or something like that in the clay pit, which happens quite often. And yep, it's also rather central. I'm also, remodeling a few things here because I think we should have more houses. We can also have a full new block here if we want to. But for now, what we're going to start with is the center. For the center, I've got 2 major town buildings that I would like to build. No, it's not the White House, even though the White House would be possible as well somewhere. I have no idea where though. Perhaps somewhere up here beside the cemetery, or over here on a nice little area that we might have there. But for now, it's going to be the town hall and the courthouse, but it's not this town hall, it's the colonial hall, which costs me quite a few things, and this one is responsible for recording and showing the census data of my town. It's a beautiful building, a really beautiful building. That's one thing, and the other thing is the the governor's office we can build now too. This one actually gets taxes from the people, so might be very, very useful to have this one somewhere here. And another building that we want to have now is the courthouse. And there it is, the courthouse, another beautiful building. I think we are going to have the courthouse here, so I could still have some houses behind it if I want to. And yep, we might actually place it here right away. A beautiful courthouse in the center, and across it we're going to have the town hall, and the town hall probably going to have, not that close perhaps, but perhaps a bit of a distance there in between. And this is the back. We could also make it like that. I think this makes more sense, right? Let's have the colonial hall here. We can have a bit of some ornaments over there, and this one, let's get rid of that again and see that we can place it a bit better. Alright, and there it's also coming up now. So both of them are next to each other, and both of them are going to use some ornaments around them as well. Now, another thing that I just noticed is the governor's office. We can actually build this. We still have 2 luxurious homewares that we can use. And the governor's office staffed by an official who collects taxes in the form of silver penning to use for your town. So that is another currency that we open up with this building. And we just need a good location for it. And yes, I would like to have the governor's office somewhere here, so it's, you know, it's taxes and stuff like that, and it's pretty close to the harbor area and also pretty close to the center. The only thing that's in the way is these houses here. They look ugly. We have way better houses now, that's these houses there, and I would like to have them here. The problem for that is, though, if I get rid of them now, well, then we got a few homeless people coming up, and I don't think we can solve this before the next winter. So I'm going to start small. We're going to start with those two houses there. And as we can see, we got 6 homeless now. And I would like to make another smaller block here as well, but much smaller than this one, not with such a huge courtyard, perhaps with a tiny one in between. Who knows about that? It's really all about the downtown there, and then we can have the building here for the governor's house, and then some more houses here by the harbor area, I think. And look at that, this one already has all the resources, the colonial hall coming up now. And about the chapel, there's still one more grave over here that is in the way right before we can build the big church. And they're disappearing over time. Like, most of them have disappeared by now. Some of them are still there, and we need to, you know, keep them for now. I really want to have the church there because it's also making sense there, as it is the central spot then, the end of this road. Just makes more sense. And whoop-de-doo, the courthouse is already fully staffed with building materials as well. And let's just get 2 more builders in there. So we got 6 of them working on it. That's going to be a lot of work. We have spring. We have plenty of time. Look at that. Beautiful building coming up there. And boom, there we have it. The colonial hall is there, and it offers us lots of statistics that we can have. So yeah. This is the front, and as we can see, we're in the year 44, we have 60 homes, 78 families, 180 citizens, so lots of stuff basically that we can see here at once, and another opportunity of getting some workplaces done. We can also see our production, we can also see some infographs over the years of what happened, right, population wise, and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. We can also allow nomads that are coming to the town, and could also allow them citizenship if we want to. So that's what this hall is all about. A bit naked at the moment since there's nothing around, but we're going to add it. We're going to add it, no problem there. I really want to finish the other building first, and I think a trader has arrived. Putenware, gold, bronze, nope, nothing that we would need for now. I will craft all of that myself. I would really like to have some more luxurious wares or something like that. There it is. Courthouse is also working now. We do need still someone to work on it. Let's just see a killman we can make. Out of the killman, we're going to make a clerk now. Should be a bit further up there, I think. There it is. It's a cleric, actually. And 22 people are attending the latest session in the courthouse. Right? So this is also something that makes people happy. This building provides some happiness for the town. Very important. The happier they are, the more efficient they are. And also, those buildings have been demolished now, so we can now add some additional, these ones here, the colonial corner house that I like so much. And it's actually fitting in nicely. Yep. I think we might make this one here. And over here, we will need to get rid of that road there. But that's perfectly fine. Let's get rid of that road. Perhaps we get some bricks back. And then we can build the corner house here, another corner house here, and more houses there. It's early summer, so let's also get rid of those 2 houses there. 10 homeless people. We are going to solve this one. No problem. 11 homeless we have right now, but 10 builders are working on it. It's early autumn, so there's still a bit of time. The next house has been finished here. There's actually some very old people moving in there, but I guess they can afford it. Righto. There's the block, and yep, it's going to be some light grayish color, as we can see there as well. And then some tumble house again, and some corner houses there again. That's nice, smaller block. And then we can finish off the brick road just here. Right, so I would like to have a bit of a distance there, of course. And then the governor's office, or the governor's house, that we can then add in this beautiful area. Let's chop down some trees here, as I don't need so many trees here, especially in the harbor area. And then we can make the next big building for that. And how's it looking with the chapel? This grave here is really tenacious. It's really holding on to life there. I love my town. Beautiful. Okay, so it's also time to finally finish or finalize this area here. So I would like to have just a few more, you know, living, well, houses. And here we do have then the governor's office and some more offices as well. And by the way, we haven't even built a tavern or a pub yet or a coffee house. It's all possible. And I just know where I'm going to place a few of them later. For now, it's this one here. And then also, of course, on the other side. And of course, in this beautiful reddish color again that I really like a lot. And then we continue here with that, and we do need 50 stone each, and building materials we should actually have all of that. I'm confident about that. Those houses, I hope they look the same when they're built, as we can see by the foundation. This one here is a bit smaller than this one there, but who knows about that really. And then we continue with those ones here, so on either side, here and here. And I'm building then a bit closer to that side here, because here we might want to leave a bit of space, as I said already. And there we just have then more brick roads going all the way this side, right? So we can have 3 lanes of the brick roads there beside the harbor area. And it might be that we enlarge in this trading post here then. And this is why I need the space for that side there too. Beautiful. And as we can see, these tunnel houses are really being used a lot. I'm happy to see that. And we have around 4 builders. By the way, we have lost a few people in the last years or months. Look at that. We actually went down from 160 members to 128 members. Why? Not because someone starved or anything like that, but because we have this generational gap from time to time. So, you know, there was a huge old generation that just died now. And that basically means that we lost a lot of adults. And yeah, a lot of houses will be available then again. And as we can see though, the town is still healthy, because we have over 21 students, 22 students, and 32 children at the moment available. So there's lots of new people coming then as well. But we just lost a lot of old people, basically because we had a huge expansion in the past, and lots of people were kind of like born then. And this changed now, and lots of these people died. Anyway, we can build the next 4 houses. Those houses are really expensive though. It takes a long time to finish one, such a block as this one here. Right, and there we got them. Look at that, he's 79, dying soon, making room for something new. We could also make a seamstress upgrade to make clothing for people. That's pretty interesting. So one of these could also be a crafter. And I mean, I guess we could try it out, right? Let's make this one here a crafter, just by the docks. And then we can continue with this side there as well. I don't think we have that much stone, but it's fine, because, you know, later we can then just add more to that. This is the colonial house. This actually requires 2 luxurious homewares, and that is something we don't have yet, right? So if I want to build them, we do need these luxurious homewares, and that's actually a whole different production chain that we could start now. Alright, so for the hardwood we do need, that is the basic resource for the luxury homewares, we do need the hardwood forester. So this one is cutting down hardwood and planting hardwood, that is. And yeah, we do have a nice little area there without a forester yet. So I would suggest we go with 1 forester in this area, for this whole area where we are not going to do anything anyway, and also 1 for this area where we have the quarry already, and some, well, not some, but lots of space as well where we can employ these foresters. Now it's going to take a while for them to build. We got lots of new laborers coming in, so lots of people turning adults. And as we can see here, for example, the foresters, we have 14 of 22, gatherer 12 of 16, and the hunters 16 of 19. We lost a lot of people there. Well, basically due to age. We are actually missing 10 fishermen at the moment, but it's fine. Food is still pretty fine there too. A new trader, perhaps something, no, a artifact or coins. Coins we can make ourselves soon, so I'm not going to trade this one in. And there is the first hardwood forest. That's a pretty cool building, by the way. I'm building a second one over there because we're going to need lots of hardwood. And yeah, since it's also early spring, let's just change one of these fields now. We have so many other things to sweet potatoes, and this field here to cucumber, right? So that we do have different crops there as well that we can use then. This area here is now being used for the hardwood. I guess we should be chopping down a few trees, right? Because hardwood needs to be planted, and that might take a while, or that might take a while then, and the same thing we could do here, just to speed it up the whole process. And yeah, we have lots of logs, by the way, so let's just check this one. It's not that bad because my stockpiles are not filled or anything. Most of the logs are stored in the forester lodges themselves, as we can see. So this one here, for example, has 700 logs in there, right? This one here, almost nothing, even though it's for cutting as well, but there's no one working in there. And this one is for planting. There's also no one working in this one at the moment because we lost a few. And yep, the builders are coming up, or well, the builders are finishing that, and then we can reassign them to being woodcutters, for example. How many? We have stones, right? How many building supplies do we have? Homewares, we have 73. I suggest we stop producing that for now, so we could just produce some pottery there for now, and furniture. I think furniture is something that people can purchase in the market, right? And hardened steel, well, we had a lot. Homewares, we have a lot now. The building material is still something we don't have. Yeah, furniture, we basically have nothing. Building supplies, we have 3, so that means I could build 3 more of these guys here. And there's also the tailor now. And as we can see, we can do quite a lot of stuff with them. Reeds and feathers for the survival code, full code, and the hide code, which is a normal one, right, out of leather. And then I would like to continue here to really finish this area. We do need the half house for that, and this color there, which is my favorite color. And there's no tunnel this time. We don't need a tunnel every time we build a house, right? And this one, boy, I'm going to be out of stone soon, and then we can have another corner then for this area. Very good, fitting just as it should be, or as it should. Very good. We are definitely out of everything that is holding to us, but we have then finished another block of houses. That is pretty cool. So how is it going with the hardwood? Let's have a look over there. I will need more woodcutters now. Yep, let's reduce the amount of builders. I'm not having the building resources anyway, and we're just going to apply them now to the woodcutter, or the forester, sorry, for the forester that we have there. There's 30 foresters available right now. I can get rid of this building though. Right, so there's only one planter and one forest lodge in here. And I think, yep, we also have forester lodges there and on this side. And I've got quite a few of them. One is for planting. We can reduce this to 2. There's not need for any or for more than that. There is one forester and another forester here for planting and cutting. We might also reduce this one. Nah, it should be fine. They should automatically be assigned there anyway. Yes, we have 3, 2, 3. Fluctuating a lot there again. But the first hardwood should then be coming in, hopefully. And with that, well, we can then make luxurious furniture. Oh, there we have it. Fancy furniture out of the hardwood. And also, wait a second, for the fancy homewares, we need the fancy furniture and pewterware or silverware, either way. Okay, for the pewterware we do need tin. Now tin is something we only get from the mine, so it's a good thing that we left some space open up here. And as we can see that we do, for example, have the tin ore mine that I could place there. And this is also processing the tin ore then to tin directly. And yeah, we do have the space, I think. Oh boy, don't disappoint me now. This should be possible. Alright, it actually doesn't even need a mountain, so we can just place it there, some stone, logs and lumber. We can provide all of that. The next hardwood forester is out there, perfect. And yep, that's the tin coming in. We do probably need another forge then for the tin, or if it can make it itself, I hope it can. As it states in the title, then we should have no problem. Then we have the tin, and then we just need to make pewterware out of that. And one more thing that we need for that is a metalsmith. So we only have the blacksmith at the moment, not the metalsmith yet, which would be, well, who can make this. And yeah, let's just place it here. We do have our little industry district there already, and a metalsmith just fine. Let's just see that it also looks in the right direction, like so. Very good. And there we can have it then. Another building supply it requires, other than that just logs and lumber. And yeah, this hunting cabin, it's still full though, so it's still producing fine, but it might be going down now, the productivity for it. For builders, there's not that many people coming at the moment. A lot of them are attending school though, and 36 children. We have food is still fine, and we have you know, some buffer there as well for even more food if we need it urgently in a second. And other than that, yeah, food is no problem. Firewood is looking fine too. That's because also we are producing so much coal now that the coal is also being used then for heating, right? And that reduces the amount of firewood that we need. Oh, and the next building here is finished. There's not even anyone moving in right now because we just have so much building space. It's fine. These are going to be the last houses for a while because we then focus a bit more on service buildings that we need, like a tavern, like the governor's house that we still don't have. But the governor's house requires the fancy homewares, and I don't want to rely on trading, right? So waiting for a trader to bring it in. I rather want to produce it myself. And since we do have a big town that can supply all of that, why not just do it? Now let's just check. They don't have their own storage, the hardwood foresters, so they will deliver, hopefully, the logs then, the hardwood, to my stockpiles. That should be the case, hopefully. I don't see it yet, hardwood anywhere, so hopefully they haven't really started yet. Yeah, of course, they need to plant it first, right, those trees. And oh yeah, there's also no miner for the iron at the moment. And where is my tin? There it is. Still taking a bit of time. Let's assign another one. So we have 5 builders now. Oh, and look at that. Nomads have arrived. As we can see down here, nomads have arrived at the town hall. So since we have a colonial hall now, nomads can arrive. And there are 11 nomads requesting citizenship. Allow them to become citizens of Sleepy Hollow. Well, we're building a few houses there right now. We lost a lot of people with our generations. And yeah, let's allow them to the village itself. And look at that. Lots of new people. That's pretty amazing. They're all flooding my market first, as we can see, getting some resources. And yeah, we have 9 laborers. That's pretty cool. So we can assign them right to the mines. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow. You're going to cut some stone for us now. And you're also going into the mining area. Because food, you know, we don't need that much of it yet. And there we have that. And we just need a lot of those miners. Very good. Pretty cool. Oh, and there's also a lot of people growing up at the moment. Yep, let's get more to the stonecutter. So we have 13 stonecutters at the moment. As we can see, 38% stone is still remaining. And then this is pretty much unusable. Then we just build another small quarry right next to it. And we can do this for quite some time. And there's still no hardwood coming in. I have no idea how we produce it then. Yeah, it's probably those trees I'm pretty sure of. So it takes probably 1 or 2 more years before we can start with that. This was a massive growth though with the nomads all at once. I'm really happy about that. We have 11 homeless people now, so I hope that we can finish at least 2 of these houses there before the next winter arrives. It should be possible. They're cutting down the stone now, and we might also... We could also just build a few more wooden homes then as well. That makes it a lot easier than New England ones. So the Noi house that we have here outside, it makes sense for me to have them because, you know, we can have some wooden buildings in here, and I think this is a nice spot for some of these wooden buildings. Something like that along the river there, and also some brick roads then as well. Actually, let's keep a distance between the house itself and the road. Very good. There's another area coming up for it, and we have 5 builders doing the job for us. Cool. I like my colonial hall as it is attracting new people. And yeah, I know with the chapel we still don't have the big church, but we don't need to at the moment, right? It's not at the limit, and there is other stuff that is more important, like homes and like my industry for the fancy homeware, so we can build some really fancy buildings like taverns, monuments, and the governor's house. Stay tuned.